It's LSFT here today, and today I'm here to talk about a customer support program for certain 2022 to 2023 Lexus NX350h and 2002 Lexus NX450h for the USA. Many people have asked me about the Cablegate issue that has been happening a lot on the Toyota RAV4 hybrids and primes. And if you live in a place where the city uses salt or any chemicals or salt brine, that salt can actually go into the underbody and create corrosion on the high voltage cable. And we've seen a lot of this in Canada or in the upper states where there is snow and they use a lot of this type of chemicals or salt to remove the ice during the winter. So what Toyota did was around 2022 timeframe, they actually added a cover. So something like this. So this is actually my NX that has the cover that covers the high voltage cable. So what they did was they added this cover hoping that when water splashes underneath the body, it actually helps prevent getting it wet. And also the plug, they've drilled a hole to allow water to actually get out, or that salt brine to actually get out, so that it doesn't stay there for too long and it will not corrode those cables that easily. So that seems to be a patchwork, and it's not something that actually solves the problem. And hopefully that will prolong the issue so that it doesn't happen during your ownership of the vehicle. So after that, when you look at here, you would see that this is what the cable looked like about 6 months of ownership. It looked quite clean. And then this is what it looks like after 2 winters. It seems okay, and I haven't seen anything around the other side, so I can't see if there's any corrosion or not, but it does look okay with the cover. So many owners may still have concerns that the high voltage cable might get impacted and it's going to cost an expensive amount to get it repaired. I bumped into a communication that came from Lexus USA or Toyota USA in regards to this high voltage cable. So for the folks in Canada, I haven't found anything yet, and which means it does not apply to my NX as well. I've sent an email to Toyota Canada, but they don't always reply to me because, again, who am I, right? So I'm hoping that they will reply to me and give me some information. Is there an equivalent program in Canada similar to what's available in the US? All right, so in this video, I'm going to go through that document and see what they're talking about this high voltage cable, and what does that mean to you if you do own a 2022 to 2023 NX350h or 2022 NX450h Plus. Follow me on Instagram at LSFT videos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX450h Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks, or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon, or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now let's continue with the video. Alright, so this was published February 28th, 2024, and it was sent to dealerships, general managers, service managers, and parts managers. So as owners, you do not get this document in your mailbox. Customer Support Program 23LE05. What it says, certain 2022 to 2023 model year NX350h and certain 2022 model year NX450h Plus. So what this is coverage for high voltage floor under wire harness and rear traction motor cable corrosion. So you can see here it says model year 2022 to 2023 NX350h. So production period is early April 2021 to late October 2022. Impacts about 11,600 vehicles. And then when you look at The NX450h Plus, April 2021 to early October 2022. Okay, 3,250. So it says in red here, in our continuing efforts to ensure the best customer satisfaction, Lexus is announcing a customer support program to provide coverage for the hybrid floor under wire harness and the rear traction motor cable on certain 2022 to 2023 model year NX350h and 2022 model year NX450h Plus vehicles. All right, so you may ask the first thing, how about if I own a 2022 or 2023 that's not produced during that time period? I really don't know. They may extend this later on, but from what I'm seeing here, they're only doing it for these models at this point. Maybe later on when they start seeing, they may have done another fix after October 2022. Don't know. But at this point, that's where we have it. Okay, so the background they're saying is, although the hybrid floor under wire harness and the rear traction motor cable is covered by Lexus new vehicle warranty for 4 years or 50,000 miles, whichever comes first, we at Lexus care about our guests' ownership's experience. Lexus is providing coverage for repairs related to excessive corrosion to the wire harness connection at the rear motor generator. Excessive corrosion can cause AM radio static during certain drive cycles, or the vehicle may not start at all. So this is exactly the same as the Cablegate issue that we see on the RAV4. So they're saying that the following information is provided to inform you and your staff of the program notification schedule and your degree of involvement, okay? So this customer support program detail is essentially the same thing as that warranty enhancement program that we have in Canada. I just released the video and I just found this document. I should have just put them all together, but it is what it is. What they're saying is this customer support program provides coverage as it applies to the hybrid floor under wire harness and the rear traction motor generator cable on certain, these models. And the specific condition covered by this program is excessive corrosion at the connector. So that's where that image where we saw the coverage. So that connector, so this connector is what they're saying. So they're saying that the connector of the hybrid floor under wire harness and rear traction motor cable, if the condition is verified per Lexus inspection criteria, the vehicle will be repaired or have the affected wire harness cable replaced under the terms of the support program. So now what they're saying is they're going to cover this cable for 8 years or 100,000 miles. Okay, so better than nothing. So at least now, like touch wood, if it does have an issue in 6 years, then you get it replaced, then you have another 6 years. I think by the time of 8 years nothing happens, I would probably think that we should get it checked when it gets closer to the 8 years. So at least they will have it inspected, make sure everything is good, and we don't have an issue and we don't have to replace it. They're saying that approximately 14,850 vehicles are covered by this customer support program, and approximately 50 vehicles involved are in Puerto Rico. And they're saying that they will notify Lexus late February. So I don't know if you've actually got this letter, but I haven't seen anybody talking about it. So I don't know if you actually got the letter or not. All right, so we continue to go down here. So now we can see that this is the part numbers used for the North American built NX350h. And we have the Japan-made ones, and this is what is needed. And then this is for the rear traction cable parts, only required based on inspection. So there's more parts here that if you need it for the NX350 and then the NX450h Plus also here. These are all the part numbers, and this is the motor cable and all the things that are there. And they're saying that you actually have to have this license in order to repair it. Then here they're saying how much it's going to cost. Okay, so if we look at the NX350, just to replace the wire harness is 4.5 hours. Replacing the underwire and the rear traction cable is 6.8 hours. Look at the ones that have the Panoramic View Monitor, it's 6 hours. and it's 8.3 hours. So it's actually, if you do have the panoramic view monitor, it's going to take more time. So 4.5 versus 6 hours, 6.8 versus 8.3. And that's for the NX350h. And then for the NX450h, it's 8.8 hours. Wow, it's almost double the time for the 350h. And then it's 11.3 hours if it's for the rear traction motor as well. And if you have the panoramic view monitor, that's what I have, it's 10.3 hours and 12.8 hours. Wow, that's a long time to get it repaired. And that's why people are saying it's expensive. Because I think just based on the labor just to fix it, we're talking about lots of money here. All right, so continue down here. So there, they actually have some FAQs. Let's go through the FAQs. All right, so it says customer support program, FAQs. What is the condition? So we all know that there's corrosion and there's AM static when you drive, or the vehicle may not start. So what is the hybrid floor under wire harness and the rear traction cable? So the hybrid floor wireless harness and the rear traction cable are high voltage electric wires that provide electric power to the rear wheel electric motors generator for the NX350h and the NX450h Plus vehicles. So what is Lexus going to do? Lexus will send in phase consists of parts availability and repair capacity starting late February 2024. And owner notification by first class mail is advising owners of the customer support program. So again, they said they sent it out. Anybody got it yet? And then they're saying that, are there any warnings if this condition exists? So if the vehicle detects a hybrid system issue, you'll see a message saying hybrid system malfunction, shift to P. And you have to go to the dealership and they'll have to do the diagnostics. Or you'll actually see this one which says system malfunction, visit your dealership. It is possible that the lights above are not related to it. And I think that's where it gets a little bit fuzzy, because if it's not related, you'll have to pay for it, the diagnostics, if you are not under warranty anymore. The owner can perform a simple test. Okay, so it says in a safe area, start the car and park. Tune the radio to this known AM station in your area. Listen to the radio and take note of the sound quality. After confirming the sound quality, place the vehicle in reverse or drive with your foot and the brake for 3 seconds. Then place it back to park. Repeat step 4 for additional 2 times. If the vehicle has the concern, the static will start exactly when the vehicle is placed into drive and or reverse. The static will go away when placed back into park. Okay, this is actually a good thing to know. How do you actually replicate the issue? If you are not a regular listener to AM radio, static can be considered normal depending on the reception as you're driving. This static is not related to this condition, obviously. So if the owner believes the vehicle is affected after performing the AM static check, they could contact their Lexus dealer for appropriate diagnostics. Okay, so what if my vehicle is determined to have AM static due to corrosion, but does not have the DTC? At this time, Toyota is limited supply for parts and prioritizing repairs for owners who are unable to start their vehicle and have active DTCs. If your vehicle is confirmed to have corrosion condition, but is only experiencing AM static, your vehicle may need to be repaired later. Okay? What if the diagnostic is performed and my vehicle is not covered by this program? Please be aware that if the conditions is not covered by the customer support program, you may be responsible for initial diagnostics fees and any other repairs you may decide to perform. Any authorized Lexus dealer can determine if a condition is covered by this customer support program. So they're saying that 14,850 vehicles are covered, and these are the breakdown. So what are the details of this program? The customer support program provides coverage as it applies to the hybrid floor under wire harness and the rear traction motor cable corrosion. If a sufficient corrosion occurs, the vehicle can have this error code and or create AM static and during the driving conditions. If are verified, the affected cable will be repaired and replaced under this customer support program. It's for 8 years and 100,000 miles. So what if the owner has not experienced condition but would like to have the repair completed? The customer support program only applies vehicles exhibit or has diagnosed with the authorized dealer with the conditions. Okay, if the owner has not experienced condition, he or she is asked to tear off the sheet included in the owner's letter and insert it into the owner's warranty booklet for future reference. Okay, so how long will it take? 5 to 9 hours for the NX350h and 9 to 13 hours for the plug-in hybrid. Depending on the work, it may take even longer. All right, so if you've paid to get this done, you can probably get reimbursed. But I'm hoping that nobody has actually needed this to be done, because 2022 to right now, essentially it's just 2 years. And when I looked at my cable, it looks like actually okay. So I think this just ensures that in 8 years' time, you don't have to worry about this hefty thing that you need to pay for. All right, so after that, that's all they have. And I don't see the sample letter, so I don't know if they actually did send the letter or not. But any owners who actually own some of these vehicles and you are in the United States, please leave in the comments below if you actually received a letter from Lexus on this. I thought someone would actually have said something that they've received a letter like this and people will actually know about it, but I haven't seen any, so I don't really know. 12, almost 13 hours to get it done. So my car does have the Panoramic View Monitor, so that's a lot of work. And when you look at it, knowing that it's about $200 an hour at my dealership, if you look at that, 12.8 hours for $200, that's already $2,560 of labor in Canada, and that needs to be tax. So that's just labor is already almost $3,000, $2,892. And then now really, if you look at the parts, and let's see how much it's going to cost. All right, so now we look at the cost of this, okay? If you don't have a warranty and at today's rates, how much is it going to cost? So North American produced NX350h, it's about $2,417.20 just for the parts, okay? Japan made is $2,926. And then if you need to replace the rear traction motor cable, that's $286, okay? I'm assuming $146 per hour hourly rate. I took $200 Canadian and just did a math to say, okay, how much is it in US? It could be cheaper. I really don't know how much it is in the US, but with Panoramic View Monitor and without, there's more hourly rate. All right, so from a North American, just to replace the hybrid cable, it's $650 versus $875 roughly for the Panoramic View Monitor, and for the rear traction, $335.80. Okay, so when we look at it, North American made, if you need to just change the cable without Panoramic View Monitor, it's $3,000, and then it's $3,300 if you had the Panoramic View Monitor. Japan is about $3,800 and $3,500. Rear traction is $621. So total, if you look at total, it's almost $3,700 to $4,400 just to get these two parts replaced. And for the folks in Canada, just did an exchange rate. You're talking about $5,000 to $6,000. Now we move over to the NX450h Plus. Okay, this is really one that would scare most of the folks because you didn't think that the cable would cost that much more. $6,428.80 US dollars for the cable. So in total, you're talking about $6,500 US dollars in parts just for the hybrid cable. The good thing is the rear traction cable is the exact same price, $286. Not a lot. But then when you look at the costs, okay, 8.8 hours for cars without Panoramic View Monitor, and for like mine, it's 10.3 hours. Hourly rate, same thing, so about $1,200 to $1,500 US dollars for getting that replaced. So for plug-in hybrid owners, you're talking about $7,800 or $8,000 just to get that replaced. Then you have another $650 for the rear traction if you have to get a change. So total $8,500 to $8,600. And for folks in Canada, you're talking about $11,000, almost $12,000 to get them both replaced. So what does that mean? You probably want to treat that hybrid cable as a baby. Well, hopefully I get news about the Canadian, if they actually do have a warranty extension program for it. And I hope they do. And if they do, then at least 8 years is not that bad. All right, so here we have it, the costs. And I think I just fell off my chair. But let me know in comments below, what do you think? And do you think Lexus is doing us a favor by extending it from 4 years now to 8 years? Let me know in the comments below. I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.